What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we received probably one of the biggest updates since launch, honestly, in the Rise of Skywalker update, and so I just wanted to give a quick first impressions on the update overall. There is a lot of stuff to go through in this one, so I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet, and I thought the best place to start would be with my thoughts on the new hero skins for Rey, Finn and Kylo. So starting off with Finn, since this is actually his first ever skin, and I've got to say I really do like the look of this skin, and I'll definitely be rocking this one from here on out, as I think most people would agree that it has sucked having to wear his base skin for over 2 years now. It's nothing special, if I'm going to be honest. It does look fairly similar to his base skin, but it is a nice change nonetheless. As for Kylo Ren, the community has been wanting a hoodless skin with the helmet for so long now, so it's awesome to see that we finally have one, and it's actually even better, honestly, because of those red marks all over it from the repair. So again, really love this skin, and I definitely will be rocking this one more often than not. Now lastly, we do have Rey's skin, and it is very similar to her base skin, to be honest, but it is a little bit lighter rather than that sort of sandy kind of colour, and overall I really do like this one as well. For those who don't know, she did actually get a bit of plastic surgery as well, as DICE did redo her facial textures to make it a little bit more realistic to her real life appearance, so overall I'd have to say that this is probably my favourite skin of the lot. Now for those who do have the Celebration Edition, these will be unlocked when you log into the game after downloading the update, or if you don't have the Celebration Edition, then they'll set you back I think 40,000 credits each or 1,000 crystals each if you are looking to pay for them. If you are thinking of buying all of them with real money, then honestly I'd recommend just getting the Celebration Edition anyway, as it's actually worth the money a lot more than just paying for them individually. Now moving on to the reinforcements, and this is where the update really does stand out, as these may be some of the more enjoyable reinforcement additions we've had so far, and that does say a lot since the Clone Wars ones were a lot of fun as well. For the First Order, we did receive the new Sith Troopers that are, I guess, kind of like a Special Forces type character from the Rise of Skywalker, as well as the new iteration of the First Order Jet Troopers, who have completely new sets of abilities and different blasters than the Jet Troopers we've been playing since launch. As for the Resistance, we received the Cafex Spy, who is a bit more of a stealthy sort of behind enemy lines type of reinforcement, as well as the Ovician or Ovation Gunner, who seems to be a bit more of a brute type of reinforcement with the heavy weapons and that kind of thing, and obviously these are both completely new races to both Battlefront 2 and I assume Star Wars overall, as I can't really remember seeing either of these before, but in saying that I could be wrong as well. I'm going to show some quick co-op gameplay in the background for you guys, as I haven't really had a chance to play these in multiplayer yet, but nonetheless I will give you my thoughts on the new reinforcements. So first off, the Sith Troopers are a hell of a lot of fun. Their blasters are really satisfying to use for some reason, and from what I can tell their abilities are pretty fun to use as well. I didn't see this in the patch notes, but aiming down sights actually has a secondary fire similar to Leia or Iden, so that is a nice little addition as well. I'm not too sure how they're going to go from a balancing standpoint, as like I said, I haven't really played them in multiplayer yet, but they don't seem to be OP or even underwhelming just yet, so hopefully they do turn out to be okay. Either way though, they're a lot of fun so far, and they do also get brownie points for looking pretty sick as well. Moving on now to the Ovician Gunner, and these really did take me by surprise actually. I really wasn't expecting too much from the Resistance reinforcements honestly, but from my playtime with these gunners, they are a whole lot of fun, and I'm definitely keen to try them out in multiplayer. I am honestly a little worried that these might end up being a little bit overpowered, similar to how the Commandos were, as she does have an ability that's kind of the same as the Commandos ability, but it also heals teammates as well, so I guess we'll see how that goes, but from an enjoyment perspective, these gunners are a hell of a lot of fun so far. Next up we have the First Order Jet Troopers, and I'd have to say these are probably my favourite of the lot so far, as the new jetpack gameplay is so much fun, and I'm definitely keen to play as these as much as possible and try and get a lot better over time. One thing I will say is that their jetpacks might be just a tad overpowered, as the speed that you move around at is absolutely mental, but if it is overpowered then I'm sure it will get a slight nerf in the future. I'm not too sure how they'll go in multiplayer just yet. I feel like they'll either be OP because of the jetpack or even kind of weak because their abilities aren't actually anything special. So again, we'll see how that goes, but what I do know is that they're a whole lot of fun, and I absolutely love their blasters as well, which is why I think I've enjoyed them so much on top of their jetpacks like I said earlier. Now lastly, we do also have the Cafex Spy as well, which again I kind of didn't have a huge expectation for, as honestly most of the light side reinforcements kind of just aren't all that appealing to me, other than probably the Clone Wars era ones. But again, I've had a lot of fun playing as these guys, and I think they're actually going to be a lot of fun in multiplayer as well. They do have some similarities to the BX Commando in terms of their abilities. The truncheon attack is kind of similar to the Vibro Sword, and I guess the Scanner Beacon is kind of the same in a way to the BX ability as well. But it does have a really cool addition that I didn't actually see in the patch notes yesterday. When you're outside, if you throw this scanner beacon down, you can actually call in a little airstrike or a sort of mortar strike type of thing, which is a really cool addition. And so, like I said, these guys are another unexpected surprise from this update.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
I am definitely a little worried that this mortar strike is going to be a little bit frustrating. It seems pretty damn powerful so far, and I don't know about you guys, but more explosions is never a good thing in my mind, but it is also a really cool addition, so I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt for now, and I guess we'll see how it goes over the course of the next few weeks. Now, as you can see, we did also get co-op for some of the sequel trilogy maps as well, which are Jakku, Takodana, Starkiller Base, and the new map coming out on the 20th. And I'm a really big fan of co-op, surprisingly, so this is a great addition in my eyes. In saying that, it's maps that are already in the game other than obviously the new one, so really there are no changes there, so I'm not going to sit here and act like it's the best thing since sliced bread, but at the end of the day it is definitely better than not having these maps in co-op, so I can't complain at the same time. Now lastly, just moving on to a few of the changes within this update, and the main ones I want to talk about are for Boba Fett, as he got some very nice additions or fixes in this update. First of all, he has a completely new crosshair which actually has the jetpack fuel indicator on the sides, and so far I am absolutely loving it. I can already hear people complaining that it's too big and it gets in the way and stuff like that, but from my playtime so far it seems fine, and sure it is kind of big, but being able to see the jetpack fuel is a great idea, so I'm all for it, at least for now anyway. In a few weeks, who knows, maybe I'll be sick of it being so big or something, but at least from a good little play around in arcade it felt fine to me. Now he also has the ability to fly using a double jump now rather than having to hold the trigger, which is kind of more suited to the new Jet Trooper to be honest, but either way it's a nice addition and it should hopefully help a bit in a panic when you need to quickly get out of a bad situation. They also changed the way he falls out of the sky when he runs out of fuel, rather than just randomly dropping straight down, which literally defies physics. He now continues on his current pathway through the air until he hits the ground, so overall some very nice changes to Boba, and I'm actually working on a hero guide for Boba at the moment, so I'm glad I've waited for those changes. There are a few other changes in the update as well, nothing really massive worth noting on the hero front anyway, but we did actually get a really nice addition of a targeting system similar to Battlefield or Apex for those who play those games. And this is something that the game really has kind of needed for a while, as there's really no way to play in tandem with your teammates if you're just playing with a bunch of randoms. Overall, I'm honestly so happy with this update so far. Again, I haven't really played multiplayer yet, so there could be some really bad bugs or whatever, I'm not too sure, but from what I've played in arcade and co-op quickly before making the video, I've loved all of it, and I'm going to say this is probably one of my favourite updates to the game since launch. This game is in such a great state right now with the new trailer, the Celebration Edition, and a heap of new players to the game, and I really do hope that DICE sees all the support from the player base and kind of just decides to go ahead with at least another year of support for the game, as there's still so much potential to make this one of the best Star Wars multiplayer games of all time. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, then make sure to leave a like down below, and feel free to comment your thoughts on the update so far, as I'm keen to hear what the community has to say. I am getting straight to work on a reinforcement Mythbusters as you're watching this as well, so keep an eye out for that, as well as guides for all of the new reinforcements over the next few weeks. Thank you all so much for watching, you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.